From 1967 to 2002, Pontiac's Firebird roared across American roads, evolving through 4 generations and leaving an unforgettable legacy. The high-performance Trans Am emerged as the pinnacle of the lineup, offering limited editions, anniversary commemorations, and turbocharged V6 variants that redefined muscle car performance. Join us as we explore the rarest Firebirds ever made. 2002 Trans Am 35th Anniversary Collector's Edition, 2,390 units. This was the final send-off to the 4th and final generation F-body, which debuted back in 1993. And to say it was a good one would be an understatement. All 35th Anniversary Firebirds came painted in an eye-catching collector yellow, along with an exclusive set of black graphics on the hood and sides that were a callback to Pontiac's glory days of the 70s. The interior also got some love, with ebony leather-wrapped seats embroidered with collector edition logos on the headrests. Staying true to its heritage, the 35th Anniversary Collector's Edition had some serious performance chops as well. All 2,000 coupes and convertibles came standard with the WS6 suspension upgrades and monstrous 325 horsepower LS1 V8 with ram air induction. 0 to 60 took just 5.1 seconds and mid-13s to complete the quarter mile. Other optional extras included 17-inch black WS6 wheels, anodized brake calipers, T-tops on the coupe, and a set of sticky Goodyear Eagle F1 performance tires. The 2002 Trans Am 35th Anniversary originally carried an MSRP of $35,000, which has appreciated well over the $40,000 mark in the years since. (1977 to 78) Firebird Sky Bird, 3,500 units. In 1977, Pontiac unveiled a trio of optional appearance packages for the Firebird Esprit aimed at young female buyers, called the Color Birds. These included the Sky Bird, Red Bird, and Yellow Bird, offering a unique and vibrant alternative to the traditional muscle car stereotype. This particular model, the Sky Bird, was coated in an eye-catching shade of baby blue, officially named Lombard Blue. And when we say it was blue, we mean it. There was a lot of blue. The car featured a two-toned body, with the lower half being darker than the top, color-matched snowflake alloy wheels, custom blue pinstriping, and ladybird graphics instead of the iconic screaming chicken. Pontiac would continue to offer the Sky Bird as an appearance package on the Esprit into 1978, where it even got color-matched seatbelts and a Formula steering wheel. If you were a fan of the color of the sky back in the 70s and had $282 over the $4,550 MSRP to spend, this would have been the muscle car of your dreams. Not many were sold, and nowadays, this baby blue Firebird can reach prices above $15,000. (1992 to 2002) SLP Firehawk, 2,000 units. Based on the Firebird formula of the 90s, the SLP Firehawk was the brainchild of Ed Hamburger over at Street Legal Performance. Only 25 of this souped-up Firebird were ever made in 1992. And looking at the MSRP, which was nearly double the car it was based on, it is clear to see why. The Firehawk was among the fastest American cars of its time, with the upgraded 350 cubic inch V8 pumping out an impressive 360 horsepower. And when mated to the 6-speed ZF transmission lifted directly from the Corvette, the SLP launched past the 60 miles per hour mark in just 4.6 seconds. Performance enhancements included ported cylinder heads, an aluminum drive shaft, a Dana 44 rear axle, Recaro seats, and reinforced bushings in its rear control arms. SLP continued to offer the Firehawk all the way through 2002, and in that final model year, this performance package was finally made available on the range-topping Trans Am. 1,505 units were sold in that final year, and one of these will run you a pretty penny nowadays, if you can find one. 1989 20th Anniversary Turbo Trans Am 1,555 units. V6 and Trans Am? That doesn't sound right. But for one magical year, 1989 to be exact, Pontiac offered a turbo-boosted 6-cylinder in their muscle car. And while it seemed weird even at the time, the 20th Anniversary Turbo Trans Am has now become one of the rarest and most expensive Pontiacs on the planet. With just 1,555 units built for the entire world, this Firebird deserves its place in this list, and it's among the unique ones too. Buyers only had one spec to choose from, white over camel, and all 20th anniversary Trans Ams had a turbocharged V6 engine, pushing 250 horsepower and 340 pound-feet of torque, with an official 0 to 60 time of 5.5 seconds and a top speed of 160 miles per hour. The 1989 20th anniversary Trans Am gave the Buick GNX a run for its money at the time, and was an early glimpse of what sports cars would evolve into in the future. 1979 Trans Am 10th Anniversary Limited Edition, 2,000 units. With less than 2,000 units being built in its short production run, you'd be pretty hard-pressed to find a pristine 1979 10th Anniversary Firebird today. But if you come across one, we guarantee it would be hard to miss with its stunning silver and charcoal paint job with a good old Superbird slapped on the hood. Other distinguishing design features included new turbo design wheels, red instrument cluster, special silver over gray interior, body-colored bumpers, and removable glass T-tops. There were several powertrains on offer, but if you're a gearhead like us, there's only one that would get your heart racing: the venerable TA 6.6 400 engine. Pair one with the Borg-Warner Super T10 4-speed manual transmission, and you'll be off to the races. If you want to get your hands on a pristine 10th Anniversary Limited Edition Trans Am in this day and age, be prepared to part with around $89,000 for a 403 with an automatic, or as high as $96,000 for a 400 with the 4-speed gearbox. (1974) Trans Am SD 455, 943 units. Many consider the 1974 Trans Am SD the last high-power muscle car ever made, and it's hard to argue with that claim. In its heyday, this Firebird embarrassed its much more popular cousin, the Chevrolet Camaro, with the Pontiac's 310 horsepower 455 cubic inch big block wiping the floor with the Chevy, which topped out at a mere 245 ponies. As some of you might have already guessed, SD stands for Super Duty, paying homage to the monstrous powertrain that lay under the hood. This was the last hurrah for the 455 engine, with its reinforced bulkheads, iron cast crankshaft, and forged connecting rods unlocking some serious performance chops that won't be replicated decades into the future. All these modifications made the SD 455 the fastest and most powerful muscle car on sale at the time, with its low 14-second quarter mile giving the Corvette of the era a run for its money. Speaking of money, the 1974 Trans Am SD is one of the most expensive Firebirds around, with numbers matching examples easily costing well over $200,000. Only 943 were ever built, and according to Pontiac themselves, this car only had one goal: to beat the Ferrari Daytona at its own game. Trans Am Worldwide 455 Super Duty, 50 units. The Firebird might have officially ended production in the early 2000s, but Trans Am Worldwide is bringing it back. Based on the 5th and 6th generation Camaros, these hand-built masterpieces pay homage to the Firebird with their looks, and they don't disappoint on the performance front too. If you've never heard of Trans Am Worldwide, let us bring you up to date. Based out of Tallahassee, Florida, Trans Am Worldwide has made a name for itself by giving modern takes on classic muscle cars from the 60s and 70s. These cars aren't all about the looks either, as the company also offers a whole host of performance mods, including carbon fiber body panels, upgraded suspension components, aftermarket exhaust systems, and a whole lot of magic under the hood. Take the 2018 Trans Am Worldwide 455 Super Duty, for example. Only 50 were ever made, and each had a 455 cubic inch supercharged V8 pushing out an ungodly 1,000 horsepower. Based on the 2017 Chevrolet Camaro chassis, the Super Duty 455 pays homage to the legendary Firebird that it borrows its name from in design. In addition to the retro-inspired front and rear fascias, this creation also comes with hand-painted gold graphics, glass T-tops, and exposed carbon fiber body panels. What more could you ask for? As you might have guessed, all these mods don't come cheap. A brand new Trans Am Worldwide 455 Super Duty would have run you around $200,000 to start off with. And their latest creation, the 70 SS, which is based on the 1970 Chevelle Super Sport, carries an MSRP of $175,000. 1967 to 69 Firebird Sprint, 1,100 units. 1,100 units built across a 3-year production run doesn't sound like a lot in the car world. And that's what makes the 1967 to 69 Firebird Sprint such a special muscle car. Pairing the Firebird's 230 cubic inch inline-6 overhead cam engine with the W53 Sprint package unlocked 215 horsepower in 1967, which would later go on to be improved to 230 horses in 1969 thanks to the introduction of a new high-output powertrain. The Firebird Sprint was the brainchild of John DeLorean, who realized his dream of bringing the sophistication of European performance cars like the Jaguar E-Type to the American muscle machines with this special Firebird. And to say that the Sprint was a massive success would be an understatement, as examples have gone on to be owned by many big names in the automotive world, including the car guy's car guy, Jay Leno himself. This Firebird looked the part on the outside too, with the hood-mounted tachometer being a unique highlight in the curvy design. It also had special wheels with unique red pinstriping on the tires, making it pop when driving down the road, and overall, it is safe to say that the Sprint was certainly a looker among its burbly V8 counterparts. Offered as both a coupe and a convertible, the Firebird Sprint was truly ahead of its time, mounting a homebrew challenge to European sports cars that were taking over North America at the time. 1969 Trans Am Coupe and Convertible, 697 units. 1969 is the first and rarest year in Trans Am history, with just 697 coupes and 8, yes you heard that right, just 8 convertibles built for the whole world. All came with the now iconic cameo white with Tyrol blue stripes and had a brawny 400 cubic inch Ram Air 3 V8 stuffed under the dual scooped front hood. Other distinct design features included unique wheels and a distinctive rear wing mounted to the deck lid. The 69 Trans Am was among the best performing muscle cars of the era, with the massive V8 pushing out an incredible 345 horsepower when equipped with the Rochester 4-barrel carburetor. This handed the 69 Trans Am a 0 to 60 time of just 6.5 seconds and a quarter-mile run of 14.3. The interior of this Firebird was just as impressive as the exterior, but the rarest option of them all was the Code 293. Opting for this special package gave you a custom interior unlike any other, finished in what Pontiac called medium gold cloth at the time, and it even had gold leather seat bolsters, and you can imagine how that has aged over the years. If you want your 69 Trans Am to be even rarer, look for one with the Ram Air 4 engine. With less than 60 leaving the factory and only 6 remaining with a numbers-matching drivetrain, you'd be better off looking for $1 million needle in a haystack. 1977 Firebird Formula Type K, 2 units. Pontiac never intended the 1977 Formula Type K to go into production, but that didn't stop it from going into history books as the rarest Firebird of them all. With only 2 units ever being built, this Firebird is one of the rarest American cars ever made, with only a lucky few having had the pleasure of catching a glance of its unique bread van-style station wagon body. Built in collaboration with Italian coach builder Pininfarina, the Firebird Formula Type K was a design study to make the Firebird as aerodynamic as possible, and while it never made it out to dealerships, no one can deny that this is the most unique Firebird of them all. Based on the F-body platform, Jerry Brockstein from GM Studios took 2 second-generation Firebirds from the assembly line, immediately chopped off the backs in the name of reducing drag, and replaced them with an aerodynamic wagon-like canopy with a pair of side-hinged glass hatches, letting you access all your cargo on the back. The chopped rear is also where this special Firebird gets the K in its name, standing for camtail or camback, named after the famed German aerodynamicist Wunibald Kamm, who laid the groundwork for it in the 30s. The 2 working prototypes built by Pininfarina had the same 185 horsepower 403 cubic inch engine, equipped with the shaker hood and the biggest "look at me" symbol of them all, the screaming chicken on the hood. Interiors remained almost identical to their road-going counterparts up front, but the K-Type also got 2 foldable rear seats and a leather-trimmed cargo area thanks to the new rear hatch. Of the 2 Firebird Formula Type Ks built, one was destroyed by General Motors. And if you want to get your hands on the only remaining one, be prepared to pay in excess of tens of millions of dollars. So, if you could pick just one Firebird out of these legendary models, which one would it be? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe to Power Zone TV for more.